For like ever, we all knew the rules for getting noticed online. They were pretty clear. But what if that entire playbook is just obsolete now? Today we're going to break down a really fundamental shift in how search actually works and what it really takes to be visible online.
I know. That sounds like a crazy question, right? But it gets right to the heart of what's happening. For years, being number one was everything. It was the ultimate goal. But in this new world of AI-driven search, you have to ask, if you're number one, but nobody ever actually clicks your link, does it even matter?
And this visual says it all, doesn't it? Over on the left, you've got classic search, that list of 10 blue links we'd have to sift through. But on the right, that's the new reality. It's a single, synthesized answer delivered directly by an AI. The whole journey for the user just got compressed from a hunt for information into an immediate answer.
So that leads us right into our first big idea here. The old playbook, which was all about ranking, is just not enough anymore. It's failing. The game has totally, fundamentally changed. The old strategy was all about climbing that ladder of blue links. But now we're in an environment where the AI, it's acting more like a brain. It's pulling in information from all over, synthesizing it, so your rank on some list is way less important than whether your content can actually inform the AI's final answer. So what's really behind all this? What's causing this massive shift? Well, it's the evolution of search engines into what we should probably start calling answer engines. They're not just finding information anymore. They're putting it all together for us. And when you look at the numbers, wow, the hard data behind this is pretty staggering. According to SparkToro, more than half, over 50% of all Google searches now end without a single click to an outside website. Think about that. More than half the time, the user gets what they need and never even leaves the results page.
Okay, and check out this chart from the Pew Research Center. This really puts a fine point on it. When people get standard results, they click a link about 15% of the time. But when an AI summary shows up, that click-through rate gets nearly cut in half, dropping to just 8%. It's pretty clear. As people trust the AI more, the reason to click on your website just plummets.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. People who are on the front lines of digital marketing, they're the ones sounding the alarm. So let's see what the experts are saying.
This quote from Clint Sanchez of Black Sheep Creative. Man, it just hits the nail on the head, right? So many businesses are pouring time and money into optimizing for a behavior, clicking through a list of links that is quickly becoming a minority action. They're totally missing the real game, which is getting their information extracted and actually used by the AI. And this is the part that you really have to let sink in. Your competition isn't just the website that's ranked above or below you anymore. Nope, your real competition is the AI's generated answer. If the AI can give a complete response without needing to mention you, your content effectively becomes invisible.
All right, so that's the problem. And it's a big one. But the good news is there is a way to adapt. And this brings us to the solution. A whole new framework called Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO for short. So what exactly is AEO? Well, it's not about trying to trick an algorithm. It's the deliberate practice of structuring your content so that an AI model looks at it and says, yep, that's a reliable, clear, and super useful source that I should include in my direct answers.
You can see right here, the whole goal has done a complete 180. The old goal was all about beating your competitors on a list. The new goal? It's about becoming a building block for the AI's answer. You want to be the source it trusts and the one it quotes. Okay, so how do we actually do this? What does it look like in practice? Well, the tactics are definitely different. You need to be super explicit with definitions, almost like you're writing for a dictionary. You have to answer questions directly with zero marketing fluff. AI models love information that's broken down into small, logical chunks that are easy to understand and reuse. So think in terms of clear, self-contained blocks of information. And this is another huge insight from Clint Sanchez. That marketing language we've all been taught to use, the persuasive, salesy stuff, turns out AI models are pretty much immune to it. They're not trying to be sold on an idea. They're just trying to find the most accurate, well-supported explanation for something. Okay, so this new approach, it also makes us completely rethink a couple of really fundamental things, like what authority even means online, and how we measure success if traffic from clicks isn't the main goal anymore.
In the old SEO world, authority was all about stuff we could count, like backlinks and keywords.
But now, AI models are looking for totally different clues. They value what's called semantic clarity, basically using precise language because it reduces confusion. They look for entity consistency, which means you talk about the same ideas in the same way across your content, because that signals you're reliable. They're not looking for emotional stuff, they're looking for structural proof that your information is solid.
So yeah, that means the way we measure success has to change too. Instead of just tracking page rank, we should be asking, are our ideas actually showing up in these AI summaries? Instead of just looking at traffic, we should ask, is the specific way we talk about things, our terminology, becoming the standard in the AI's vocabulary? Real influence now is about shaping the answer, not just getting the click.
And that really brings us to the final question. It's the one thing that everyone, every creator, every marketer, every business needs to be asking themselves right now. In this new landscape, are you still building your content just to climb a list? Or are you building it to become the definitive answer? Because really, only one of those strategies has a future.